Jordan, it's been a couple of years since we've been back here at ORA.
3 years, I think, right?
3 years. It's hard to believe. It's great to be back, but I gotta know, what's changed around here?
So a lot of different things, right? So we've added new species like the Marine Betta. We've expanded our selection of corals from the Marshall Islands. We've got new clam species, the Gigas, Croceas, Maximas, and then just an expansion of all the species that we need to have worldwide demand. Your Ocellaris, your Clownfish, your Blennies, your Gobies, all that stuff.
More of them.
More of them for everybody.
That was a lot, so let's break it down. The Marine Betta is also known as a comet. Here's a species that historically didn't do well in aquariums. They're hard to get to eat prepared foods, and they were likely interested in smaller tank mates that they could eat whole. That can be a problem. ORA now offers a Marine Betta in captive-bred edition, which eats prepared foods, even pellets, and while filming our Marine Betta show with ORA, I learned that they grow very slow and are nocturnal. Now if you missed that show, go watch it to get the whole story on the breeding of these cute fish. And of course, if you want a Marine Betta, we now have the ORA Marine Bettas here at saltwateraquarium.com. Looking for a clam that can get huge in your tank? The Gigas Clam fits that description, as they can grow to feet, yes, you heard me right, feet across in size. Go big or go home?
And probably the biggest change in this building, at least, is our move to artificial saltwater.
No, say it ain't so.
30 years later, after being on a well for that entire length of time, we're now using our own saltwater, just like you or Jimmy would make in your home aquarium.
So Jordan has to mix salt water.
By hand. 5-gallon bucket increments.
No.
No.
Okay, but just this building.
Just this building for right now, yep.
Okay, which is a coral grow on building.
Right.
So you're on artificial salt.
Right, and some of the changes we've seen have been immeasurable. Faster coral growth, far less algae. We just have a lot more control over the water here.
Did you see something pop up in your well water parameters that made you think of doing that?
Nothing that was completely unusual after such a length of time, but really algae is becoming more and more problematic and taking up a lot of the time of the staff. So now with the far less algae, the faster coral growth, we're seeing some really exciting changes.
Okay, so everyone's gonna ask, what are your water parameters in here, Jordan?
Oh my gosh. Probably the standards you would have in your home aquarium, right?
Are you dosing any trace elements though, amino acids, any
No,
of that
all
kind
this
of stuff?
stuff is coming just out of the salt mix we're using right now.
Okay, so it's just salt mix. You're doing water changes in this place?
20,000 gallons of salt water, yep.
A week, a month?
No, that's just the entire volume of what you're thinking.
You got
of
20.
here.
So if you're going to do my recommended 5% a week, Jordan, you know,
God,
that's about 1,000 gallons a week you need
That's
to be
a lot
changing.
of 5-gallon buckets I've got to be mixing.
But I would think that you're pulling frags out of here. They got to go over to shipping in water. There's some amount of natural water changes you're doing.
There is, but this building actually uses the least amount of water out of any of our buildings in the hatchery here. So we're not turning over a lot of water. A lot of it's staying here. And a lot of it, as you're seeing, is just kind of trickling out through our sumps.
Okay, so you're doing water changes. You're testing water parameters.
A lot of that, yeah.
Not you.
Not me, but
Not me.
it is being tested. A lot of this is automated, right? So from everything from the water mixing, the water usage, the top off, all kind of hands off for the most part.
Are you even doing water changes in here?
So I think you'll find that unlike your recommended dosage there of water removal, a lot of this is just happening as we take water out for bagging corals to ship, minor changes of doing maintenance. So it's really just like a constant stream rather than like a large flush of fresh water every time.
You've got lots of coral in here growing really well, sucking down your water, your calcium, your magnesium, alkalinity. Any thoughts that you're going to need to add calcium reactors to this building?
I don't think that's a plan for the future for right now. I think we're doing just fine with the water chemistry we've got, and as needed, really.
I'm going to be very curious to see how the no calcium reactor or dosing approach plays out over time at ORA. With the sheer number of corals that ORA has growing in the greenhouse and the increased coral growth that George mentioned, those corals are going to be sucking down the elements, and water changes alone won't replace that uptake. I'm always open to being proven wrong, and in my opinion, ORA is going to need some serious sized calcium reactors in this building sooner than later.
Jordan, I don't remember the shade cloths being here. Has that always been in this building?
Shade cloth has always been here. I mean, the intensity of the Florida sun is really, really intense. Without that, a lot of these corals just being grown under 4 inches of water would really be negatively impacted. So we have always had those, but one of the things we are changing out are a lot of the panels you see here. They're 2 decades old. It's time to replace them. So we're going to get some nice clear panels. It's really going to intense the lighting out here, and I think you're going to see positive changes here in the corals.
Any thoughts that you maybe need to double up on the shade cloth because of your panels?
We probably will, man. This is going to be quite a change for a lot of these corals with even with just wiping off the salt creep off your LEDs, you're going to see that kind of change. Same thing out here.
Something that Jordan didn't mention last time that we were at ORA, but is very cool, is that an ORA veteran has returned to ORA. This maroon clownfish has been in captivity for 52 years. Yes, documentation exists that this lady was collected in 1973. Now there's no way of knowing how old she was when she was collected, but she's likely older than 52 years old. Now here's the kicker. She's still cranking out babies every 2 weeks even at this age. Talk about fertile. That's some great fish genes right there.